Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about a situation that has unfolded, I believe, in Florida this time, right, between a mom and a school district over an OnlyFans account. So basically in this story, right, this mom who does OnlyFans is saying now that her son's school district has suspended him from school after they apparently found out about the type of NSFW content or whatever she makes for her OnlyFans page, right? And it's become like this huge controversy, this huge story, right? And you have people on both sides actually on this one, which is pretty insane to me, right? You have people who are backing the school district saying like, well, that's the consequences you pay for doing OnlyFans or whatever. And then you have, of course, people defending the moms saying that, oh yeah, school district shouldn't really care or be in that type of business of what the parents do and whatnot, right? And it's led to like this online debate. I feel like more people are favoring the mom in this situation compared to the school district because of, the circumstances of what has really went down here. But I wanted to talk about this today because it seems like as time goes on, more and more people have been doing OnlyFans over the last few years. And with that, right, like we've seen this like exponential almost rise in news stories like this, right? Where we have school districts and all kinds of different situations. I mean, I think of someone where like someone got banished from church, all kinds of different things where like people are basically being like quote unquote discriminated against or shunned in some way really for their participation in the adult industry, right? Now, let's be honest, obviously, most people who are making content on their OnlyFans page are not sitting there making videos of them eating fast food, doing mukbangs, right? They're on there showing off the goods, they're on there making not safe for work content. It's basically porn. Let's just call it what it is here, man. And there's been a pretty fierce debate in society over the last few years of whether or not these OnlyFans models have a real job, whether or not they should be respected and whatnot. And I feel like I need to clarify this in every video we talk about a situation like this in, because people for some reason love misconstruing my point. They'll say like, oh, you're hating on OnlyFans women. I don't really hate on OnlyFans women. I mean, if you want to make the conscious choice to make that kind of content and film yourself doing that kind of stuff, that's really up to you. It doesn't affect me at all. I'm not the one buying it. I'm not the one seeing it. You're not my wife. I really don't care, man. Like it isn't that big of a deal. If you're going to make that bag, go get that bag or whatever, right? But it's just funny how at the same time, right, like they want you to accept that they do this, but then you're supposed to praise them for it too, which I don't necessarily agree with. I don't feel like this is a career path that should be looked up to and praised or anything like that. Like we should not be teaching children like, oh, just grow up and be an OnlyFans model, I feel like that's a little stupid, but it's situations like this that have just kind of, bubbled up over the last few years. And it's gotten to a point where in this situation, legal action might actually be the only way out of it, right? Because I'm assuming with something like this, right, it's not just going to be one of those, oh, you roll over and just accept the fact, hey, my kid's suspended from the school district or whatever because, well, the school found my OnlyFans page, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's really one of those things. Like, this is something where I feel like, you kind of have to do something, especially if you're the parent. So, another day, another OnlyFans scandal. This time, OnlyFans star Sarah Blake Cheek is revealing her story in support of fellow creator and Florida mom Victoria Treese, who was banned from volunteering. Earlier this year, 31-year-old Victoria Snooks Treese announced she would be taking action against Orange County Public Schools after she was no longer allowed to volunteer because of her OnlyFans account. In defense of Treese, Cheek revealed how she and her family were discriminated against when her son's school found out about her own OnlyFans videos. So I guess this is like a 2-for-1 special here, right? So there's the one woman who came out with a story about how, she's gonna have to take action against the school district because I guess she can't volunteer at the schools anymore because they found out she does OnlyFans. They, I guess, feel like she's a bad influence around the kids or is in some way going to be harmful to the development of these kids, so they don't let her around anymore, I guess. And then this other woman is now coming out in support of her like, hey, this is wrong. Here's my own story about how my kid was suspended from school. It's a little convoluted. It's a little ridiculous. It's just like these two people both have issues with school districts because of their OnlyFans. And it's kind of insane to me because like, I don't know. I didn't think the school districts were really like keeping up to date on what your parents did. I don't know. Like when I went to school, man, obviously like my family wasn't doing anything crazy, They had some pretty normal ass jobs and shit in my family growing up. There wasn't nobody being no YouTubers or no OnlyFans, none of that shit. But like the school didn't really seem to care like what your parents did, right? You just showed up for school and that's kind of how it was. I mean, like, I don't know if your dad was like Ben Affleck or someone famous. Yeah, maybe then they knew and cared or whatever. But we didn't really have like any crazy parent parent jobs or anything that I can remember at school. Oh, my dad's a carpenter. My dad works at Walmart. My mom, I don't know. Just like normal jobs, right? And that's what sucks about this OnlyFans thing, man, is like I can only imagine it from the kids' perspective, because the truth is, like, it's unfair for the kids. I feel like it's unfair for the kids to ultimately be the ones who have to get punished for the entire situation, right? And I don't know if that's controversial, right? But I feel like it's wrong for the school district to suspend someone's kid over something like this. If that's really ultimately the reason that this kid was suspended from school because the administration didn't like what job his mom has, I feel like that's wrong. That is discrimination at that point. I mean, it's not like that kid went out of his way to make his mom, make his mom an OnlyFans star or something, right? Like, he just goes and lives his life, he has nothing to do with that. I feel like that's not right, but it's insane that these schools are, like, on that level now, you feel me? Where, like, they know what your parents are up to actively and shit. Social media is a crazy thing. That's the only way I can picture it, right? Someone had her added on social media or something, and they figured it out from there, but that's what I've noticed about these situations, though, is, like, it's never really, like, the mom suffering, you know what I mean? It's not the person doing OnlyFans suffering in these situations. It's always the kids who have to end up paying for it, right? They have to be the ones who get bullied at school because their mom's got videos on OnlyFans. They got to be the ones who get suspended from school. Like, other than this woman being banned from volunteering at the schools, I haven't seen a whole lot of situations. I mean, like, there's been women who've been fired from their normal jobs. They were like a nurse at a hospital or something, and next thing you know, they're taken off because they, I guess, do OnlyFans in their spare time or whatever. But, like, when it comes down to these school situations with the OnlyFans, it's always the kid suffering, man. Like, he's the one getting bullied. The son's the one at school. Oh, hey, is your mom posting a new vid today? I paid that $15 a month, Like, it's never like, I don't know. That's what sucks about these situations. And I think, as much as, like, I'm cool with people doing OnlyFans, like, if you really want to, sell yourself that way and make that kind of content, that's really up to you ultimately. Like, it's your body. I don't really have a right to tell you what to do with it. If you want to take pictures for the internet or whatever, do your thing. But I feel like at the same time, as a mom, right, you got to consider that, right? You got to consider, like, how is this job going to affect my family life, right? Because I'm sorry, it's just, there's no way in hell that your kid is going to go to school and everyone there knows you're an OnlyFans model, right? And your kid is not getting bullied for it. There's just no place in America where that's gonna happen. You could be in the most rural Wyoming-ass school possible, or you could be in downtown New York at school, right? You're getting bullied for that shit, bro. Like, that's what I feel like these moms never really pick up on. They never think, like, man, my kids get bullied at school because of my job choice and shit like that. I don't know, as a parent, like, that would kind of weigh on me a little bit, right? Like, if little Timmy was coming home from school all the time, like, Mom, the kid soaked my head in the toilet again and pulled my underwear so far up my ass in an atomic wedgie that I fucking have marks for 3 days because they saw you naked on the internet. Can maybe you go work at McDonald's now, Mom? Like, I don't know, man. That would just weigh on me a lot, right, if that was going on. But, I mean, these moms, they don't, I don't know if they consider it. I shouldn't say they don't care. I don't know if they don't consider it or it just isn't really worth their time to care about. I don't know, but that is the thing about this job. As much as people want to say, like, oh, you should accept women doing this kind of work, and, like, yeah, you should. If people want to do that, I think they have the right to do that, but that doesn't mean that people aren't gonna judge you for it. That's what sucks. Like, yeah, maybe the judgment and the criticism is harsh or even sometimes unwarranted, but it's gonna happen. Like, that's kind of just part of doing this job. You feel me? Like, when you do OnlyFans like this, you are risking a pretty good portion of your public reputation. Like, a lot of people do look down on that kind of work. They do look down on that shit. And as much as you try to normalize it and make it, cool to do and whatnot or whatever, there's still going to be people who don't like it. Now, should those people have the right to suspend your kid from school because they don't like your OnlyFans? I don't believe so. At least in a public school setting. I mean, if it's a private school, they can kind of do whatever they want, I feel like. But if it's a public, taxpayer-funded education place, I really don't think they should be suspending kids because of their mom's choices, right? If the kid's coming to school, he's trying to get an education, right? Like, he's trying to become a productive member of society. He shouldn't be punished for the decisions of his mom, especially because, like, here, I'm assuming that this isn't like a high school student either, he's not like 17. He probably doesn't even really understand the gravity of what's going on, This could be like an 8-year-old child, he's trying to come home and play fucking Nintendo and play with Pokemon and watch TikTok, and he's suspended from school now because I guess his mom does spicy content on OnlyFans. Like, I don't know. I personally don't feel like that's right. I feel like if it's a public school setting, quote unquote, anyone's welcome, no discrimination type shit, that shouldn't matter. You know, like I said, it's a different story about how all the other kids are gonna handle it, right? Little Billy's gonna be in the lunchroom getting fucking flamed for his life, but I don't know. Like, it's situations like this that really make me glad that, like, I got out of school at the right time, you feel me? Like, you know, my generation, kids my age, we got out of school, you know, before the pandemic, before all this OnlyFans is what my mom's doing bullshit. You know, like, I guess your mom could have been like a star on the hub or something like that, but man, it just wasn't that common. It feels like everyone's doing OnlyFans now. That's the thing. Your mom was like a porn star back in the day. That was rare, bro. Like, you kind of had a cool mom, if we're being real, you know? Like, if your mom is like Mia Khalifa or some shit, you know? Like, I don't know, you're still getting clowned, but like, bro, you're going home to a fucking gated community in a mansion or something because you're rich. But like, now, dude, everyone has OnlyFans, bro. 80% of the women I went to high school with have an OnlyFans at this point. Like, it's just, everyone's got one, you know? And that's what's even crazier about this. Like, it's not even like this is some new phenomenon where like schools don't know how to react and they don't know what's happening. Like, OnlyFans has been popular for some time now. I feel like, at least. Like, hasn't it been like years? I mean, we've made content about OnlyFans situations popping up for a while now. I feel like, you know, people kind of have already been on the wave. So I don't really know what's so shocking about it anymore, you know? Like, I don't know. If I went to a party, right, and a dude was like, yeah, bro, my mom does OnlyFans, I wouldn't even think twice. I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Everyone's doing that shit now, you know what I mean? Like, it's just insane how, like, doing OnlyFans and having this type of job or career path or whatever, it can have so many unintended consequences in your life, and people don't, I feel like, really consider fully what they're doing until they do it, you know? And I'm not saying, like, you know, the mom can't do OnlyFans because she's got kids, right? You know, if that's a risk she's willing to take to have, you know, that reputation sacrifice and have her kids fucked with in school, then she's gonna do what she wants to do. But I don't know, this is a little weird of a situation. I don't know, I want to hear more though. Like, for some reason though, this just doesn't add up. Like, I don't know. I mean, is a school really suspending this kid because his mom did OnlyFans, or was he acting up and that was an unrelated thing and the mom's just trying to make a scapegoat for the kid so, you know, he doesn't look bad? I don't know. Because I'm gonna be real with you, I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with everyone watching this video, man. I know how parents are, right? They will not admit when their kids are in the wrong. Like, for all we fucking know, that kid could have really been in school punching on kids, just being fucking ridiculous, right? And then he got suspended and his mom's like, oh, it's because I do OnlyFans, right? Like, we don't know. But if that is really the reason, you know, that all of this has supposedly happened, I feel like that's not right. But anyway, with that being said, man, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus. Suspending your kid because you have an OnlyFans account. So bye. And yeah, signing out.